Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Oh, man. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, the official recap show for WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Also found here at YouTube.com/Smacked Raw podcast and everywhere else you can listen to your shows. Your regular host of Monday Night Raw, the Kai Tai Show, Kyle, joined by my good friend, the AJ Styles of podcasting, Sebastian. How are you, bud? I love the yellow.
Dude, to be honest, like, I was still in my dress pants from work. Okay, so it's kind of weird. I'm in this yellow athletic shirt, and I'm in dress pants. So, yeah, I just threw a shirt on. First one I grabbed. So.
Nice. You look like what's his name? He wears a yellow shirt. Not George. Not the Curious George. I was thinking this. I should have looked it up, man.
I actually feel like I have it on backwards. Like that's why I keep pulling it. Like,
is it like choking you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Oh well. He didn't. The guy I'm trying to think of didn't pop up on the first page of Google. Oh, there we go. Kalu, what's his name? I can't think of his damn name. Whatever. I'll throw a picture up on the end of the show or something.
I'm just a banana, okay? It's all right.
Just a banana. Okay. Vince says he's at work making himself a milkshake. Okay, getting sidetracked over here. Thank you guys for tuning in.
That didn't take long.
Oh, man. We're a wrestling recap show. You guys, thank you. If this is your first time joining us, please make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Otherwise, hit the download button. Leave a rating or review on the podcast. It helps out the show tremendously. Also, head on over to WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Make that your home for all your wrestling news. And pick up an authentic belt from Belts by Dan.
Who's making fun of my shirt? I can tell you're reading the comments.
Yeah. No. He's helping me. He's helping me. Colby says it's Caillou. Caillou is how you pronounce. Laugh my ass off. Look, I can't read for shit. Okay. I saw the spelling on that and I just started sweating. All right. Hey man, what'd you think of SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Raw. We normally do Raw. We normally do SmackDown together. This shit's gone off the rails in record time. Not even 3 minutes in. This shit.
It was a decent episode.
Yeah,
it was a decent.
Now you saw a lot of the. I mean, I would hope you saw the whole show, but you at least are confident in the first hour because I was in and out of that shit.
Confident, sure. Yeah, I'm
sure.
Confident.
Sweet man, sweet.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a rough show.
Here. No. All right.
Oh man, do you have a chance to check out the really quick before we get into the recap? Did you have a chance to check out the new unpopular opinion?
No, because I got in trouble at work for listening to the podcast and watching wrestling. So
it's been on our channel for like a week now.
Yeah, well, the only day I've had off was my daughter's birthday, and it's been rough. All right.
Yeah. Starting to sound like Vince with all those excuses.
Oh, my back.
I'm just kidding with you. I'm really only segueing. I'm only using that as a segue to promote Tune In Thursday. We had a lot of fun on Tuesday shooting it. It's up now on YouTube.
I heard it's pretty good.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. It was a breath of fresh air to break away from the normal recap format. And it was nice to be featured on a show where I don't talk so fucking much. So that's a plus for the viewers. But this Thursday, Q has all the excuses. All right, I'm going to have to mute Colby in the chat. He's just going to distract me this whole fucking show. This Thursday, man, we got a former Ring of Honor wrestler, LSG, joining us. We have Smacked NXT's own RN joining us as well. And we're looking for a third panel member to join us, where we go ahead and we solicit tweets off of Twitter, of course, about unpopular opinions, and then my panelists debate whether they are valid opinions or if they are trash. And it was actually a ton of fun, man. So yeah, tune in this Thursday. It's gonna be dope. Standing Streamer says LSG hype. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to play it cool, but I'm so fucking excited to have him on the show, man. But yeah, tune in Thursday. It's gonna be a blast. But let's get to Raw so we don't keep you up all night, Sebastian. You have a long day of work tomorrow.
I do.
Yeah, man.
That's all my life is anymore since I started back. To be honest with you, but
how did Raw kick off? I saw we got a return.
yeah, man. We Drew came out. Apparently, I must have missed this tease, but apparently Dolph was supposed to announce the stip tonight. He called Dolph out. Dolph comes out and says, "Not tonight. You're going to find out at the pay-per-view." Dolph, playing off the storyline of Drew, forgetting his friends, off his friendship, and brings out Heath Slater, of all people.
Dolph brings out Heath.
Yes, brings out Heath. Heath and Dolph, but Dolph kind of stayed on the outside during a little bit of it. Walked down to the ring. He cuts a pretty good promo here, man. Talks about, when Drew got released few years back, that he was always calling Drew, trying to be a friend when he was in town, seeing him and all that. And ever since he's been released, Drew hasn't even thought about him, hasn't messaged him, hasn't called. Yeah, just really playing off that storyline of Drew, forgetting his buddies. So Heath wants a match. At first, Drew is hesitant. Some shoving, a good old slap to the face. And we all know that's all it takes to get old Drew going.
That is number one guaranteed match. You'd be surprised how many title matches are not getting set up by slaps. Come out there, want a title match. You don't deserve one. Slap them. Bam. Okay, title match.
Especially Drew, dude. That's what.
Yeah, that really is Big Show, Heath Slater. You just got to come out. Dolph, just come out and start insulting the guy. He'll give you your match.
Yeah. I don't. In a way, I kind of like it because Drew did say he'd take on all challengers, so he's not one against that.
He's not backing down.
Yeah. But short match. Heath gets a little offense in, a little help from Dolph, but 2 seconds in, we get a Claymore.
Oh, really? Because I must have missed it. I literally thought they rang the bell and he Claymored him. Like, boom.
No. He Dolph kind of had some help, and he got Drew in the corner with some fists, but that's about it. They wasn't much.
Okay. That's pretty good. I saw that after the match, Dolph was in the ring insulting Heath and slapping him, pushing him a little bit. They started scrapping, and I was like, oh, this is how you're doing it. Because remember, on my perspective, I thought they literally rang the bell, Claymore kick. It was just get a burial on Heath before he's out the door, because he's out trying to up his brand on social media about July 18th, I think it is. So I was kind of dreading this. I was like, oh, damn, they're just trying to make Heath look like a bitch on the way out the door. But it was actually touching when Drew came in to save him. Heath showed genuine emotion in his face. He helped him to his feet. They were throwing up the 3-man band stuff. It was a really nice moment to kick off Raw, I thought.
It was.
It resonated with me, man.
I said Heath did a really good job on the mic. I thought I kind of forgot he had that ability, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he does have that weird charisma that you don't really expect it, but I mean he can definitely blow you away.
Absolutely.
Really wish if Jinder Mahal wasn't injured, do you think we would have gotten a full 3-man band reunion at some point? Just like a moment like we got tonight. It could have just been a moment, a backstage skit.
I mean, I don't want him to be hurt, but Jinder can stay off my TV for.
Look, we all know secretly you're a huge Jinder Mahal fan. You were out there singing his praises that week straight. We knew you threw the predictions contest just so you could be a Jinder stan and have an excuse.
No, I almost quit the show, to be honest with you. No. I mean, it took some convincing myself I could get through it to even do that. All right.
I'll tell you, man. By day 3, you were full. You were like, "Well, I've got to live this gimmick, man." I was legitimately buying it for a moment there. I was thinking, I was like, "Damn."
I mean, if I'm gonna have to do it, I might as well go all in. I mean,
it's kind of like when Vince worked himself into a shoot liking Angel Garza. He started out as a joke and then became a huge fan. I thought that was you.
No.
What preceded this segment?
We had a Sasha Bailey promo. I did have some company. I couldn't really make too much of the promo, but Asuka comes out. This is when the company kind of left. Asuka comes out. Bailey, doing what she's been doing, trying to get Sasha a match pretty much. Says bring out anybody you want. Sasha can fight them. Brings out Kairi Sane,
I
which
did
was
see
kind of
that.
surprising. All the rumors were that she
So
was
much
gone,
for the dirt sheets, right?
Yeah. It's a real interesting Raw if you listen to the dirt sheets. Heath Slater supposedly got released. Rey Mysterio's contract's up. He's working for Fury apparently. Kairi Sane's gone too, but here she is. But no, Kairi Sane comes out. They have a really good match. It probably lasted a good 15-ish minutes, 12 to 15.
Kyrie and Sasha, right?
Yes, Kairi and Sasha had about a
Didn't
12 to 15 minutes.
didn't Bailey like continuing their whole nominating matches for each other? Didn't Bailey throw this impromptu match together?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, she was, bring anybody you want out here. Sasha can fight them and all that good stuff. And Kairi Sane was the one that answered the call. So
I did see the match, and Kairi Sane had Sasha in this weird cross-legged Boston Crab Walls of Jericho type ordeal, which prompted Bailey to come in, get them DQ'd. So Kairi Sane actually gets a win on Raw, even though via DQ. And you get this big pull-apart brawl. That's kind of what I remember from it. Them just brawling. Yeah. Nothing really came out of that because because you had Bailey's match later in the night against Asuka.
Yeah, it ended with Kairi and Asuka getting upper hand. Kairi with the elbow drop. I guess you'd call it elbow drop, even though they're all standing. But that's what the commentary team went with. The kind of clear everybody out. So
there you go. Let's see.
Make sure
it's not bad. It was all right. It was okay.
No, it was a good match. It was a good match.
What do we have going on after this?
We had Buddy and Seth attacking Aleister Black backstage with a Ray mask, and I actually thought it was Ray. Like I had to really.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I thought it was Ray.
Even in my notes at first, I had Ray, and then I was like, wait a minute. I don't think it was Ray, so I had to go. Yeah.
So you knew Black was out at this point. Who was your gut replacing him?
Probably Humberto.
I was thinking Dom. My mind went straight to Dom. They're like, oh, this is how Dom gets his first match on TV.
I don't think his first one will be on a.
I got to tell you, once we get to the Ray stuff, I do have an issue with Dominic's portrayal. But that's for later in the show. Yeah, Black's laid out. Seth pulling back Murphy. Just doing his weird laugh. It's bullshit. But
After this, we got Big Show hopping up the Viking Raiders backstage.
So, I've done a complete 180 on the Viking Raiders, man. I fucking love them in their comedy now. I do. As long as they can get serious in the ring and don't lose their intent. Like, I don't want to see comedy matches from them. If they can just keep their uber serious match style, I don't give a fuck about their comedy in the backstage because I think they're actually genuinely funny. They're just like two lovable oafs. That's really what it strikes me as. They're genuine, kind of like how Big Show. It's like when you see him being genuine, he just seems like a genuine, lovable guy, and that's kind of what you get out of the personalities of the Viking Raiders. Yeah, absolutely, man. Ivar was about to reveal the secret to how he flew down the bowling alley with the bowling ball to defeat Street Profits. It was hilarious. Big Show ended up chopping them both in the chest to kind of get the laughs out of them and get them serious, and it was a nice touch. It was a very, very nice touch. Didn't we transition straight from this to Randy Orton kind of doing a similar pep talk? No, that was later.
Yeah, Randy was later.
Okay.
Actually, that was after you said you got home.
Okay. I forgot to jot it down.
Yeah.
I just forgot to jot it down, so I kind of just randomly threw it in my notes, but I don't actually know chronologically where it fits in the show.
But after this, we go straight to the KO show. And by the way, I love how they portray Kevin Owens as just being a smart guy. Like, if you remember, like back in when the Raw and stuff started, he wouldn't really get in the ring. If there was more than one person in the ring, he'd always, he was that one guy that could see shit coming. Mm-hmm. And as soon as this starts coming, he's just like, I don't need these chairs, and he just started chucking them. I love that.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, Kevin Owens is the only one for brain on the show, apparently.
Big Show too. Big Show
yeah.
recently, they just started doing that with Big Show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, it's right, man. I've never understood that cliche why baby faces have to be fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Like
Kevin Owens is
I get beating them down to make them underdogs, but there's a difference between them having to fight upwards and then just being plain dumb.
Yep.
One of my biggest things, and it still hasn't been resolved yet,
was who hit KO in the face with a pie.
Apparently he answered that on like this child's show who's
really?
like 1,000 times more popular than us. Like I checked out this kid's YouTube channel. He's like 10 years
Is
old.
it Ryan's World?
I don't remember the name. Yeah, I
Dude,
just remember it
my
made the
daughter-
rounds like on the wrestling news, and that's how I found out.
My
And
daughter loves Ryan's World.
the kid's awesome too. No, but what I was saying is what I don't like still that I wish could be solved is like when heels trash talk baby faces from the ramp and the baby face are good guys in the ring, and he just sits there and takes the verbal like beating, and at no point dawns on him like I can jump out this ring and go start fighting, you know, and just takes like the verbal lashing. But it is what it is, man. There are those cliches.
KO is smart, dude. He's like 206 IQ in wrestling.
He's
Genius.
dude. He is smart, man.
But no, he calls out Seth. Well, not calls him out. Seth is the guest for tonight's KO show. You know, they play back to their history at WrestleMania. Kevin breaking his ankle or fracturing it. Kevin even gives Seth Rollins a gift, which was a T-shirt that KO was wearing when he beat him at WrestleMania. It leads to Seth offering KO a spot in the greater good, as you call
The
it.
greater
What
good.
about the greater good?
Ray comes out with Dominic, and that's when KO's like, "No, I'm not taking your offer, but I will fight by Ray's side." And the tag team match is made. Black is out. KO is in.
Yes. All right. So this match is serviceable. We've seen this combination all too many times, but this is Rey Mysterio's first match back since the injury, so that was nice.
This is the first Ray match with one eye, so
Yeah. How long does it take an eye to recover, by the way?
long time.
I guess so. Yeah, so during the match, Seth Rollins is antagonizing Dominic, who's on the outside of the ring. He comes out, he rakes his eyes. That gets us to like the first commercial break. The match goes on for a while. Pretty standard match. Nothing really to write home about. But then, this is where my issue lies. Dominic's like, what? Got to be a solid like 6 to 6'2". He's a big boy. He's you know, in the land of the giants, he doesn't look that big, but I promise you, him walking around, he looks like he's a big boy.
Taller than I am.
Yeah, Seth literally takes him hostage, puts him in a headlock and dragging him off, and like Dominic has no ability to fight back. And you're looking at Dominic, he's literally the same size as Seth Rollins. And it's weird that Dominic is being positioned as completely helpless. Now, I get you can't put him on the same level as Seth, but the fact that he's being manhandled.
I knew it was coming.
If you guys are listening to the podcast, Sebastian's trying to shush somebody in his room. But yeah, man, Dominic, I just it's weird that he seems so helpless against other wrestlers. But either way, this prompts Aleister Black to come out from the back. Seth Rollins immediately starts trying to egg on Black to attack him so he can get disqualified, because prior to the match, they established that the winner of this tag match, if it's either Ray's team or Seth Rollins' team, they get to pick their stipulation at Extreme
My daughter
Rules.
was having iPad trouble.
I caught that. Yeah, you were over here doing tech support while I'm trying to run down the show. But anyways, the distraction is enough for actual Dominic to turn around and rake Buddy Murphy's eyes. This frees up Ray to hit the 619 and Frog Splash, picks up the victory, and then we get one of the most jarring, you can't figure out if it's cool or if it's like cringy bad. Rey Mysterio gets on the mic, names the stipulation right then and there. an eye for an eye match, and Ray will gladly pull out Seth Rollins' eye with his bare hands. Gruesome stuff. Is by
I love
far
I love Kevin Owens' face.
the most visceral thing I've ever heard out of Ray's mouth, man.
Kevin looks at him like, "You sick bastard."
Even look, the commentary table put I wonder who fed the commentary table the segue, because you got Samoa Joe talking about it very seriously, and he's like, "Yeah." He pulls his eye out. Extreme Rules will truly be the horror show. I was like, God damn it.
Hey, Seth Rollins sold it well.
They felt like they were so clever. I got a question for you.
Rollins sold it well.
So,
his face.
This is my theory. This is my one early prediction, because I don't know if I'll make it onto predictions. I bet this is being set up because since Ray wears a mask, you could conceal Ray's face, and I wonder if they're going to actually simulate Seth Rollins pulling Rey Mysterio's eye out his head.
I do think it'll be a cinematic match.
It's going to be something, man.
It's going to be cinematic.
Dude, I don't know how you even... Is that how the winner's decided? When you amputate the opponent's eye?
That's what I got out of it. Somebody's losing an eye.
It's fucking weird, man.
No,
but hey, I'm here for it, though.
If Ray's truly done, then this is a good way to go out.
This is a good way to do it. I wonder if he's such a professional, he'll show up at AEW with an eye patch.
I hope he Undertaker's it and just goes out in public with an eye patch for the rest of his life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I'm not gonna lie. He did hop on Instagram with I think Titus. I can't remember who it was with, but he was still selling the eye. He had a face mask on, but that was it, and he had his eye shut. He was still selling it.
I want Seth Rollins to rip his eye out. So that's a badass heel. Might as well.
Might as well, man. Really take it home.
Yeah.
God, what if Dominic turns on him there, and that's when that happens?
Oh, Dominic pulls his eyeball out,
or opens him up for it, and then takes his mask.
No,
and he has he's missing an eye and has no mask.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta go all in. Have Dominic just rip it out.
Dominic rips it out.
Yeah, hand it to Seth.
Just completely brainwashed by Seth Rollins. How do you go face after that? How do you ever go face again if you rip another man's eye out?
Well, it could be the opposite of Ray. Ray spent his whole career face. We can have whole career heel and Dominic.
Dude, I don't. There's no coming back from this match, man. This is the point of no return. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm happy to report we finally caught on what the MVP Bobby Lashley stables called. This was killing me the other week. The Hurt Business, which is fucking badass. Not gonna lie. What'd you think of the United States belt, man?
Only you would see that. I wasn't too impressed with it on TV, but I saw some better up close pictures of it on Twitter, and it looked. If you see them pictures, it does look pretty cool.
So MVP is out in the ring. They announced. I don't know if it was previously announced, but they're hyping up MVP's match against Apollo Crews at Extreme Rules. However, MVP and Bobby Lashley unveil the new United States Championship, which we'll get into talking about the belt objectively after the segment. MVP is like, I can't wait to be the champion. Bobby Lashley says, essentially, whatever Bobby Lashley wants, he gets. And then Lashley anoints MVP the champ. So I guess we're going to get a unification bout at Extreme Rules. But afterwards, we get the team of Cedric Alexander and Ricochet coming out in Apollo's defense because Apollo Crews isn't present. And that sets up a tag match between the teams, which was good. It was kind of funny. MVP was not dressed for the match. He was in a suit, so he had to wrestle literally in a suit.
I kind of like that, though, because Drew was pretty much in jeans and Heath Slater was in street clothes as well. So
That's true. I thought that. I just didn't get a good look at it. I thought that was the case, too.
Yeah, I kind of like how they did things about it.
It's continuity, man. Yeah, it helps suspend disbelief and stuff. The match was all right. Bobby Lashley ends up picking up the victory for his team with the spear on, I want to say, Cedric.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Ricochet can't eat a pin. He just got that 365 documentary, which that actually comes up later in the show. And like, in my opinion, the best segment of the night. But let's go back to the belt. All right, this is actually really where all my fun's at. So the initial pictures of the belt were not flattering at all because they're like the TV broadcast, in which case there was a lot of glare on the belt, which kind of warped how it looked, and it ended up looking...
Listen to Kyle try to defend this.
It looked kind of trashy, and it looked kind of phallical too, man. Like there was definitely a dick in there. There was definitely a dick. I outlined it. I put it on my Twitter. Check out at the Kai Tai Show. You'll see it.
But no, the pictures I actually posted look.
So do you like it?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't like how it came on TV.
I think the font for championship or champion is too big.
Maybe. I mean, it's a good, because I still had the red and white. You know, it's a good modern look to it.
It's got the winged eagle. People have said they've wanted a return from the winged eagle. Like, it's not on the world championship, but hey.
Like, the U.S. title was one of my favorite, though. Like,
yeah?
I love the old U.S. title. Well, it's kind of hard to call it old when it's like just got retired today, apparently. But,
okay, no, the one that we've had. I was going to say, there's been a couple. I was like, there was a fucking spinner U.S. title for a while.
Yeah, I love that.
Sorry, I thought I lost you for a second. You froze on my screen.
I thought I was going to. I was like, shit. First show I can be on in 2 weeks, and here I am.
Oh, man.
But, no, I love the U.S. belt, man. So it's kind of mixed for me. I mean, I liked it, but I did like the old U.S. belt.
It's whoever wears it is going to make it. You know what I mean? Nobody liked the 24/7 championship, and I'm not going to say everybody likes it, but R-Truth busting his ass ever since that belt has come out. I admire the belt now, like aesthetically and everything, even though it looked like hot garbage when it was first unveiled. But
I didn't really mind it because I didn't care about a 24/7 title because you know it's going to be kind of comedy anyway. Like
but when you have a legend like Mick Foley unveiling it,
I guess
you hype yourself up a little bit.
Which I think most of the hype was them wanting a hardcore title,
right.
Yeah.
I used to think the hardcore division was legitimate. I didn't realize I was just a kid and that was like garbage wrestling that a lot of people did not like.
I mean, do you mean like just a hardcore style or the 24/7?
Hardcore style in general, like hardcore style, hardcore championship.
I like hardcore matches. I don't like them like they kind of take away from them now with the stipulation or gimmick pay-per-views. But like when they was, one every month or something like that, it made it better. But
I think gimmick pay-per-views have done more hurt than
they have.
Yeah, than anything.
Especially Hell in a Cell. I mean,
But it's just for lazy writers and lazy writing. Yeah. Like, oh shoot, we can't keep getting legitimate feuds to make 12 like good pay-per-views a year.
I mean,
so
they cannot afford to have a bad Hell in a Cell this year. The last 2 years is damn near ruined the whole gimmick. Like they gotta. I mean,
just how you save the Hell in a Cell? Do away with the pay-per-view. And just put a Hell in the Cell match at like the Royal Rumble or fucking WrestleMania, and boom, it's saved.
I wish we could do that.
I wish we could too. All right, let's move on. What do we get next up here? Okay, how about this? Was this now when Orton sent his warning?
Yes, I actually believe it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Orton backstage with Ric Flair. Oh, looking, by the way, when he's lined up with Andrade, Garza, and Zelina Vega, like Evolution 2.0. Pretty much saying, hey, look, we're good to go tonight, but when I say, let me at the big show, you stay out of my way, or I'll introduce you to the Legend Killer. Which is nice. It's nice that Orton isn't... His character is staying original by not falling into that stupid thing where it's like, oh, heels get along with other heels. I was like, oh, we're both bad guys, so we're naturally just gonna like mesh together and everything. I like that he put the line in the sand.
I'll save my praise for Orton till a little later, because he cannot fucking miss.
Yeah. Colby says it's funny that Orton said he was going to murder someone because on the Unpopular Opinion show. I'm missing it. You got to save me on this one, man.
I didn't get to watch it yet, so.
Oh, I think that's actually one of the opinions we had on the Unpopular Opinion show was someone pitched a new gimmick. Instead of Orton being the legend killer, he's the rookie killer. And everybody that comes up from NXT, he like destroys them.
No, I was pretty much off for a while.
I know, but I mean it's like the worst idea ever because you just like completely cutting out all your future stars. It pissed off like Thomas and I believe Steven tremendously from Wrestling News World. It was actually quite funny. Yeah, I know what Colby's talking about now. That was actually really it was good. All right. What did we get? We got the Big Show and the Raiders took on. Oh no. Earlier, right after that, we got a segment with the Kabuki Warriors, now reformed.
Oh yeah.
And they're laying out the challenge to Bailey and Sasha Banks for next week, but nothing official at this point in the show. Then we got the 6-man tag, and oh boy, I think Orton stole the show with just like a simple moment in this. How did you feel? I saw some people hating on it, man.
Dude, Randy Orton can't fucking miss in 2020.
I'm telling you.
I said this 2 weeks ago. He hasn't had a bad segment this calendar year. Like, go back to even, before Edge. Go back to the stuff he was doing with Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles on Raw at the first start of the year around the Rumble. He just hasn't had a bad segment. Like, every week going into a new week of wrestling, I want to see what Randy Orton's fucking doing. I want to see his segment.
Right there with you, man. I'm absolutely with you.
Who knew this guy, 40 now? What is he, 40 years old, I want to say?
Right at it or just over it. You go ahead and keep talking. I'll let you know.
He's doing the best, well, maybe not the best, but some of the best work of his career. It's really Shawn Michaels-like.
Yeah, I could see that comparison. He's 40. He turned 40 on April Fool's Day, is his birthday, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, Shawn Michaels doing some of the best work he's had in his entire career. I mean, he just can't miss. It's amazing to me what he's doing this year.
Colby brings up a good point in the chat. Orton threatens to murder someone on live TV, and Rey Mysterio says he's going to literally like claw someone's eye out. He's like, what a violent Monday Night Raw.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you.
We wanted edgy.
You wanted edgy, yeah. It's funny that this is still PG. Because if they're finding ways to stay within the realm of PG, but still be very menacing at times.
I kind of wanted to see Orton kill him.
Okay, so listen, let me talk about the spot. Because I want to say Orton dropped an F-bomb or he implied an F-bomb in this spot. And I want to see if you caught it too. So at some point on Garza, I think, is going against Show or someone on the other team. I missed what prompted to piss off Orton. Maybe he wasn't getting out of the ring in time.
Okay. Then I can help you with that.
Thank you.
He broke up a pin. They were trying to pin Andrade. Garza broke it up. And he was trying to pull Andrade over to the corner to make a tag, and Andrade wouldn't let him. So Garza was like, are you trying to lose? And that's when Orton was like, Garza, get out of here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he wasn't going to be there for their, like, petty shenanigans. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Orton pulls him aside, and he instantly starts choking him against the plexiglass. I mean, you guys should actually know because I'm using a still from this as the thumbnail. So you guys, if you clicked on the show on YouTube, you saw this already. But then he, not only there, he, like, holding him in this, like, violent choke, pushes him to the ring and is in his face. And yeah, I can't remember word for word, but he's telling him, like, you're third generation, I respect you. And then, but at some point he was just like, like, get your shit together or I'll fucking kill you. But I think he literally says that, but he just stops himself from actually cussing. So he's like, get your together or I will kill you. Like, it was just, he kind of like bleeped himself.
Well, to be fair, it was live, so he probably did say it, and they just bleeped it out.
And they bleeped it. Yeah, no, I really want to go back and watch it now because I swore, I was like, did he drop an F-bomb? Like, it really felt like he did. Right there with the camera, like, a foot away from his face. Some brutal shit, but I was like, God damn, Orton's a scary motherfucker, dude.
He's, like I said, he's one of the highlights of my week.
Yeah, man.
Weekend and week. I mean, just phenomenal what he's done.
D-Rod's in the chat. Hey, D-Rod. I actually wanted to get you and D-Rod on a show together because I find that you guys have a lot of similarities. With that,
Sweet.
you both have Southern accents.
Okay.
That's it. That's pretty much it. I'm a very shallow person.
D-Rod.
Hey, no.
Is that 7 for you?
Oh, man. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, back to the match. I really, honestly, got distracted after that point. I was so blown away, but it did come down to the end. The Viking Raiders were trying to set up, I want to say, Angel Garza for the Viking experience. Garza and Andrade managed to get Ivar thrown out the ring. Orton's actually the legal man. He blind tags himself in, hits the RKO on Eric, my boy. Picks up the victory for his team. Orton and Big Show don't get a chance to mix it up. However, they did build the feud between them because they were jaw jacking back and forth across the ring. And man, like you said, like not to retread old ground, but Orton and Show both, man, just doing really good work, man.
Randy Orton's the only guy right now that can make a Big Show feud interesting.
I'm telling you. Hey, don't take too much away from Show. I think Show's done very good
he
job.
has. Don't get me wrong, but 2020, Big Show has to have a pretty good dance partner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. To raise
motivated Randy Orton he's good.
Yeah, Hey, look, man, I'm excited for it. I feel bad because I know we're gonna tune into Extreme Rules to watch Big Show get punted the fuck off of television.
I can't wait. I want to see Randy Orton punt everybody at this point.
Yeah, man.
I love Drew, but if that match happens at SummerSlam, I might be cheering for Orton.
So I was on YouTube and I found this guy's channel yesterday, and sometimes every now and then I'll see how long they've been, and I'll try to look at a lot of their early stuff compared to their current. And this person had made, they do a lot of just entertainment in general, but pro wrestling is one of the things. And it was back when Orton was punting everybody. So it was like 11 years ago. And he made a compilation of Orton punting people set to Footloose. And I was like, dude, how is this? I was like, dude, this is relevant in 2020. But yeah, it's been like 11 years since we've seen Orton punting people, man, which is crazy.
I want to see the whole roster. I hope it gets Dominic. I hope somehow. Just everybody. I don't care.
Just punts everybody.
Sure.
He
Even
punts
Rick.
the Big Show, but then he just starts coming out for everyone's matches.
Hopefully
He punts Seth, but then he takes no mercy and punts like Ray. Then later in the night he comes out. He punts.
I hope
Asuka.
that's how Ray's eyeball comes out.
That's how Ray loses the match.
Yeah. So what the hell the eyeball fucking fall?
Jesus, this is fucking dark.
I mean,
Oh shit, man. Oh my god. Here though, he punt Asuka too. Like he doesn't discriminate.
sure.
Yeah, he RKO'd Nia Jax. I mean, come on now. Follow it up. That's how you could write Kairi Sane off of TV. They said they wanted a career-ending injury. There you go.
I wish he came out and punted Heath on his way to Impact. WWE would be like, you want to freaking advertise on the 18th? You might be going to Impact? Fine.
Slammiversary.
Getting punted.
You going with a concussion. Boom.
Wish that's how they could have started the Drew feud. There we go. That would have been perfect.
Fucking shit, man. Yeah, that's how you get Orton and Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, man, book it. All right. Jesus. I don't know.
I hope he does the trainees on the outside.
We got 10 more years of Orton punting people, man.
I hope if they make him stop doing that again, I'll be so mad.
He pulls the producers out, or the USA execs.
Yeah, I hope he punts them.
He punts them. Yeah, man. All right. Let's go back to it. Hey, my favorite segment of the night, though, right here, was the MVP stuff. He's backstage with Cedric. He's trying to court Cedric Alexander. This is great. This is what I said. MVP should definitely be trying to either build a stable or just become like a manager for more clients, even if he's with them individually, man. You know, expand the Hurt business. Punt McMahon again, D-Rod says.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? He's only 8.
Linda.
Linda. Get her out of politics.
Yeah.
Punt her out of Trump's cabinet.
Even I'm not even going to go that
No. We'll leave it alone at this point. Leave it alone at this point.
How about got in trouble?
Oh man, MVP's backstage courting Cedric Alexander. He told him pretty much like, why are you being a sidekick? And Cedric's trying to stick up for him and Ricochet like a dumbass babyface. He's like, no, we're equal partners. I see you're trying to split us up. And MVP hits Cedric with some of the most brutal honesty, dude. He's like, oh, if you guys are equal, why did Ricochet just get a 365 documentary and you didn't? By the way, the real question is, why did Ricochet get a 365 documentary? I think they just thought at the beginning of the year Ricochet was going to be a bigger deal than it was.
Yeah, he took a real nosedive after that match with Brock.
I'm telling you. But afterwards, you know, it kind of puts that in perspective. Cedric, although trying to be resilient, you can tell this is stinging both in character and probably real life. And then he hits him with the beautiful line, we're in the hurt business, you're in the catering business. Oh, man. It was some harsh truth. But if this leads to, okay, Apollo Crews, you don't want to join me? I'll pull your buddies over.
That's kind of the second time that they've been used like banned words like catering. Even Heath in his promo dropped the word gimmick.
I didn't even. I gotta go back and watch that Keith promo.
He did.
Man.
He's like,
I'm gonna do that the moment.
He was talking about his kids. He's like, the kids isn't just a gimmick.
I did hear that part. I did hear that. Yeah. Oh man. I gotta go back and watch that whole segment.
So between that and having the stuff in the street clothes, I mean, as far as realism, they kind of stepped it up tonight. I kind of like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, they always said a lot of the best stuff you get on wrestling is when you start to blend reality and fiction.
Yeah.
And you.
I mean, nothing aggravates me more.
It's a thin line. It's a thin line.
Nothing aggravates me more. And like, there's a promo segment like, KO is always in his clothes, so I don't really want to use him. But just a segment in general, and they come out in a wrestling gear, and you just know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I did. I enjoyed the street clothes stuff.
I mean, it makes. He didn't come for a match. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, he came. He either came for a fight or it just happened. Clyde Nice Guy says, "Hey, what's going on, Clyde? How's it going, my man? Thank you for joining us." Yeah, no, I mean, now that we're covering Raw, top to bottom, solid show, man.
Hey, I'll be honest, man. When it was announced that Paul Heyman was gone and Bruce was coming, everybody was throwing a fit. But he's
let me guess, you were like, I knew this was going to be a good move from the jump.
No, not really. See, my problem was when that happened. Like, I was disappointed because, like I told you, I thought Raw has been good for a few months now.
Right.
But you had all these people that wouldn't even enjoy Raw in the first place. Like, oh my God, this is a terrible decision. And I'm like,
no, you're right. Yeah, you think about that. Yeah.
I'm like, but you're on here every week bashing it, but at the same time, you don't want it to change. I don't understand. But me, I legit like Raw. But no, Bruce has done really well all 3 weeks.
You're not lying, man. I mean, and I don't want to take a shot at Paul because Paul Heyman had the right idea. Wants to build new stars. You know what I mean?
I'll give Bruce this. He's really good at getting, I wouldn't say full segments, but one storyline, he'll get the segment out in the ring, like the MVP stuff. He got that out in the ring, had the match, and then even had MVP kind of drop some stuff backstage with Cedric. He's really good at using one storyline and getting a match TV time out of it.
Yeah.
Kairi Sane and the Asuka and Sasha had some stuff backstage, out in the ring. I mean, he's really good at that. You can go back to, I do these binge watches. I'm in like 03 mid right now, and back then he was good at that.
I'll tell you someone who's not good at stuff, and that's R-Truth identifying Tozawa. Sorry, I was trying to segue. My bad. I agree with you, Sam. I didn't try to shoot you down. I was just trying to find a segue.
Like, I'm just saying, Randy Orton can't miss. I love the fact that he didn't put R-Truth right here. Like, I was like, all right,
If
cool.
there's one person you spare, it's R-Truth.
It's a 24/7 championship because nobody gives a fuck.
Hey, look, man, I do. I forget that I care until it's on TV, and I'm like, oh, hey, the 24/7 title.
I mostly meant the important people. Like, last week Bobby Lashley laid them out.
No one's interested.
Yeah. Nobody cares about that.
I'm telling you, I still believe the best person to hold the 24/7 championship is Brock Lesnar. Just because it would be hilarious to watch how irritated Brock Lesnar would be with the low card chasing him around, just shaking him off one guy after another. It would be hilarious just to see how damn irritated he can get on a show with all these people he could care less about trying to attack him.
I really would like to know if he'd do it. Like everybody says Brock's this, grumpy
I don't know.
guy.
I think 2019 and 2020, a lot of stuff has come out on the opposite side for Brock.
Yeah,
that he actually is a very giving guy.
He had the stuff with R-Truth. If you go back to his Money in the Bank, I might not like how it ended or whatever, but him coming out there jamming.
But could you imagine Brock Lesnar's trying to hunt right now, like out in Canada, right? He's doing some moose hunting, right? And he's in his tree stand. And then all of a sudden, Tozawa and these ninjas come up, and they scare off all the game. Then you got
from what I've seen from here and there from Brock, last couple of years, year and a half, I kind of feel like he would actually enjoy shooting some of that shit.
Man, like I said, he's not a bad guy. I don't think he is. I don't think he's a bad.
Between his Money in the Bank, coming out there dancing and jamming and stuff, that segment for R-Truth. He's shown that he kind of likes to call stuff.
Hey, man, you and D-Rod, two in the same. D-Rod threw out there in the chat. He was awesome with the Money in the Bank. Yeah.
He was. I love that, dude.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Yeah. I really want to see. I know it'll never happen, but
no, it won't.
I would love to see Brock Lesnar with the 24/7 championship. Yeah. Well, anyways, Truth pops up in the middle of Ric Flair and Randy Orton talking to each other. Truth comes out and he's like, dirtiest player in the... Oh, he bumps into Orton, who, for whatever reason, Orton decides not to murder him.
He saw it 24/7 title. He's like, God damn, here we go.
No, yeah, he's like, I don't even want to be close to that. Truth looks at Flair. He delivers the line, the dirtiest player in the game, but you clean up good. I thought that was very nice. But then he accused him of cleaning up too good, and he called Ric Flair Tozawa. At this point, Truth hears Tozawa in the distance, takes off. Tozawa and the ninjas run up on Orton and hilariously sell how terrified they are of Orton. And then Orton comically says, "You're looking for truth?" And they say, "Yeah," and he points them in the wrong direction. Fucking Orton, dude. I'm telling you, man. Oh,
you don't have time for this bullshit.
I love it, man. I love it. People in the chat, what's up? I see actually a couple people joining us, man. Hey, thank you for joining us.
What's up, guys?
Rounding out the show. Billy Kay beats Ruby Riott in a short match. Ruby Riott's supposed 15th loss in a row. That's really all to write home about. God damn, that's a lot of losses.
I didn't realize.
Dude, if there was one stable that everybody did not benefit from breaking up, it is the Riot Squad. All of them tanked the second they went separate ways. And it wasn't like they were doing too good as a stable, but normally when a stable breaks up, you got to have somebody benefit. You don't just break up a stable and then everybody tanks, except for like, I don't know, what was the League of Nations, like who came out of that?
You had Sheamus, you had Alberto.
Sheamus, he got in the tag team with Cesaro.
Had Rusev.
Rusev did okay for a bit there, and so I mean, they were a table.
I feel like there was four.
There was four. Stu Bennett.
Yeah. Okay.
Bad News Barrett.
I was trying to figure out if that was before he left or after, but okay.
No, that was actually, he got beat out of the stable, and that's how he left WWE.
Okay.
He lost a match, and they beat him down. That's how they wrote him off television.
Gotta win. Man.
What about the Social Outcast? Well, Heath Slater went on to be SmackDown Tag Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, right there, that disproves yeah. So I mean, usually when a stable breaks up, there's some level of success to come afterwards. So far, we've seen none of it from anyone from the Riot Squad.
Well, Sarah's having a baby.
I was just about to say, well, there might be a caveat to that, but congratulations. What else? Oh, Sasha, continuing her and Bayley's trend to accept matches on each other's behalf. Sasha accepts the tag title match for next week.
About time she does it.
Huh?
Like, about time she does it.
Yeah. Well, she accepted a match for Bayley last week, I think.
Yeah, but it's been very rare.
Yeah,
Bayley's like 95
I think that's only the
to 5.
second time she's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had probably match of the night, man. Boy, this was a fun match. Bayley and Asuka, Nikki Cross is on commentary. I love that they kept continuity. Security was trying to kick out Nikki Cross because she's a SmackDown star until Byron Saxton, of all people, chimes up. And he's like, no, she's our +1. She's with us. And then security's like, okay, we'll allow her.
What I should have been like, she's our brain-to-brain invitation or whatever they called it like 4 weeks ago.
I know, right? It's so weird.
Yeah. But that's already dropped. So.
It was weird having Nikki out there, though. I ain't gonna lie. Granted, I have a terrible memory, but I was trying to figure out what the hell was the point of her being out there.
Well, they're all there. So
yeah, I will say this though. Nikki Cross, Bayley and Sasha, Asuka and Kairi Sane, they're the reason we're tuning in the main roster. I'm telling you, they are some of the most entertaining people, I think, across Raw and SmackDown. Randy Orton too, okay. But nah, man, they're killing it. During the match, Bayley provokes Nikki Cross. This gets Nikki to try and attack her, and finally security's had enough. They kick Nikki Cross out. The match goes on, which is a great match, by the way. Go back and watch the main event. They gave him almost a half hour.
25 minutes, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It was a really good match.
Yeah, I think it was 10:34 when the bell rang. I looked.
Yeah. It comes down towards the end of the match. I love this. Don't forget Orton. D-Rod said, man, you two need to be on a show together. You and D-Rod are fucking in sync, bro.
Orton might just retire being the GOAT if he keeps this up. I don't
know. It's a stiff match. Oh, fuck. Asuka hits Bayley with one of the stiffest spinning back fists. Mind you, this is a move that in real life MMA knocks people the fuck out. AJ Styles miskeyed a spinning back fist once, I think on one of his debut matches, and knocked out, I want to say Chris Jericho's teeth, right?
No,
or the Miz's teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man. Asuka destroyed Bayley with a spinning back fist, and you could see the expression on everyone's face, including Asuka. Asuka couldn't even hide her oh shit face when she hit Bayley.
Yeah, when Bayley stood up, you seen Asuka look at her like, you good?
Yeah.
Like trying to get a nod. Like, am I good to go?
Yo, that was a legit moment.
She got the fuck out of
her. There was no faking it in the ring. Everybody instantly was fixated on Bayley. Like, oh fuck, is she gonna be able to?
I'm just really surprised I didn't hear Smo Joe like, yes. Like
Joe
anytime anything stiff, Joe's like, hell yeah.
Joe fucking loves it.
Surprised Joe went over there, hit her again.
Oh shit, man. I didn't realize Joe had long hair.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
he has a mohawk, but it's grown the fuck out. He's got it braided. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's letting it grow a little.
Yeah. Anyways, towards the end of the match, Bayley and Sasha are on the outside, and you hear the plexiglass glass banging. Which, by the way, I'm now sold on the plexiglass when fans come back, because you're getting that hockey style chanting of people banging on the glass, which adds to the atmosphere tenfold. It creates so much noise, and I'm all for it now. Keep the plexiglass. I think it'll actually add to the shows. But you hear banging on the plexiglass, and Sasha and Bayley look distraught. The camera pans over. There's Nikki Cross. She's made it back. Bailey backs up into a waiting Asuka, who puts her in an Asuka lock. They scramble around. It looks like it's going to be a repeat of NXT when Bailey passed out. But ultimately, they do a scramble, and Asuka catches Bailey with a pin for the victory. And like I said, a very, very good match to close out an exceptional episode of Monday Night Raw. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's fun.
What's that make? 4 episodes in a row. 4 episodes in a row, man.
Something like that. Some people owe Bruce an apology.
Yeah, no, actually, everybody on Twitter owes Bruce Pritchard an apology.
Especially RN. RN's like the most vocal Bruce hater.
Yeah, man. Mute RN.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, like I said, that was Monday Night Raw in a nutshell. Seb, go ahead and give it a rating. Why not? We haven't done this in a while.
Okay. B+.
I'll give it an A-. I'll give it an A-.
It's fair.
I can't really think of anything I didn't like. Other than I'll say the Ruby Riott match. I'm waiting for that story to just go.
Yeah.
Stop. I'm not mad they're feeding her losses, but it's like she's right now just losing to lose on television. They're not advancing any story.
Well, I think this is though. I mean, I think it's obviously leading to her and Liv finally getting over it and getting back together. So.
No, I mean from 9 p.m. Eastern time to close, I didn't see a bad segment. So I'll have to go back and watch the first hour again. But yeah,
they didn't really have anything bad. It was just everything was good or solid, but they wasn't over in the main event. They wasn't, and Randy Orton, of course. There wasn't anything that was like wow to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Randy Orton stuff. It's
I'll say that and Randy Orton.
Yeah, it's debatable. But you guys, before we go, a couple things, man. Follow us on Twitter at SmackDrawPod. Myself at the Kai Tai Show. Seb, go ahead, let them know where they can follow you at.
Wrestling_sports.
And that's wrestling with an R, no W.
Yeah, wrestling.
Wrestling. Just like it sounds. Make sure to tune in July 11th, man, to Synergy Pro Wrestling Fight for the First Responders. It's going to be an awesome pay-per-view. It is just getting so much momentum and hype behind it. I am very, very stoked. It's on Fight TV. It costs just over like $10, and your money's going towards a good cause, you guys. You're not only going to watch a wrestling pay-per-view, which, by the way, controversial take, they will have limited fans. I know some people, they don't like it, but I do know some other people that helps the enjoyment. I personally like the fans as long as I know ahead of time everyone's safe.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you can make it work, make it work.
Make it work, yeah. Hey, do the plexiglass. But, yeah, tune in July 11th. It is going to be an awesome show. And tune in Thursday when we do our second episode of Unpopular Opinion. We're going to have LSG, who's going to be featured on that show. He'll be joining the SmackDraw crew over here, and we'll be having a fun time trolling some people on Twitter. I think... No, we don't troll them. We give them exposure, man, and we let them know if we agree with them or not. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, until next time, thank you guys for joining us. Y'all have a good one.
See you, everyone.